To Group 27's presentation, the topic we have chosen is communication and conflict resolution. So what is communication? It is an activity which information is exchanged between two or more people. It can be in the form of ideas, feelings, perceptions by talking, or nonverbal expressions such as eye contact, body language, or facial expressions. Conflict, on the other way, is a disagree with different point of views. The reason we choose the topic is because communication is crucial to our workplace. Effective communication skills can strengthen social bonds, help maintain organizational culture. It enables goals and objectives of organizations to be achieved. A positive way of conflict can lead to creative ideas and also improve workplace relationships. Combined communication skills and conflict resolution can assist group to perform at a high standard.
The theory of cooperation and competition was developed by Morton Deutsch and then David Johnson. The theory looks at how interdependence and the action taken by the people involved affects how people cooperate with one another. Interdependence between parties is positive if it increases the chances of goal attainment for both parties involved, while it is negative if it decreases the chances. There are two main actions people can take during conflict resolution: effective and bungling. Effective actions improve the chances of cooperation, while bungling decreases them. While parties often work together, asymmetries occur when there is not an equal level of interdependence between the parties. Cooperative, constructive behavior is when there are mutual benefits for the parties involved, while competitive, destructive behavior leads to negative outcomes for at least one party involved. The advantages of the theory of cooperation and competition are that it uses substitutability, attitudes, and inducibility to understand the social and psychological processes involved in conflict resolution and communication. This includes looking at both constructive and destructive behavior to provide a well-rounded theory. However, the theory neglects to look at the long-term effects of how a conflict is resolved and its longer-term impacts on the parties. It is also difficult to apply the theory to multiple parties, which is often the case in conflict resolution.
John Burton synthesized the main theoretical assumptions of the human needs theory, basing his theory off of Paul Seid's work. This theory assumes that conflict resolution relies on meeting fundamental human needs, 9 needs to be exact. These needs were ontological, inferring they were universal, and included control, security, justice, stimulation, response, meaning, rationality, esteem/recognition, and role defense. The two primary methods of human needs-based methods of conflict resolution are integrative bargaining and interactive problem solving, and drew from the works of other academics. Integrative bargaining, like the Morton-Deutsch theory, involves negotiation with a focus on both concession making and searching for mutually beneficial solutions, whereas interactive problem solving involves informal mediation, a non-governmental approach emphasizing analytical dialogue and problem solving. The human needs approach has the advantage of recognizing the existence of negotiable and non-negotiable issues, in that theories suggest that the needs, unlike interests, cannot be traded, suppressed, or bargained for. Hence, the human needs approach turns away from traditional negotiation models that suggest a win-win solution and adopts a more collaborative model and techniques in conflict resolution. However, the human needs approach is flawed in that what defines a human need is somewhat ambiguous and may be cultural in nature, rather than universal, and some needs may be considered more important. On top of this, critics of this approach assert that many conflicts involve both needs and interests, and even if the needs of both parties are met, the conflict may not be resolved. Nevertheless, most scholars and practitioners agree that issues of identity, security, and recognition are critical in many conflicts.
The TKI was developed by Kenneth Thomas and Ralph Kilman, who were dissatisfied with the existing instruments and research on conflicts and conflict management due to the socially desirable bias. This bias occurs when individuals portray themselves in a socially acceptable way, rather than how they would really behave. Therefore, they developed the TKI, which forces respondents to choose between two equally socially desirable traits. The TKI is a two-dimensional model which determines which of the 5 conflict handling modes one is more prone to, and categorizes the respondents as being more assertive or cooperative. Competing is the tendency to achieve a goal at the expense of another. Collaborating involves finding a solution which satisfies all parties. Compromising is finding a solution which is partially accepted by the parties. Avoiding occurs when the parties diplomatically ignore the conflict, and accommodating is when one party attempts to fully satisfy the concerns of the other, regardless of their own interests. There are several advantages of the TKI, the biggest being that it minimizes the socially desirable bias. Secondly, it is easy to administer. The assessment only requires answering 30 questions taking 15 minutes, and no training or certification is required to administer this test. The TKI also recommends ways to improve conflict management based on the respondents' scores. However, the disadvantage is that the effectiveness may vary, particularly when applied globally, as it measures each respondent against a sample of the American population. Overall, the TKI has been used widely and proven to be an effective way of improving a company's performance, which can be seen in the Pacific Northwest case.
Now, we will use call center's case to fully express how TK theory is applied and its benefit. The call center in the Pacific Northwest, which is one of 10 inbound U.S. call centers operated by a major telecommunication provider. This is customer-oriented business. Customer satisfaction plays a significant role and will be the first challenge. Customer service representatives not only field orders, billing inquiries, and new account application, but also resolve complaints quickly and efficiently, which means that reps need to have the right balance of technical skills and soft skills. Over the past few years, the call center grew dramatically and became one of the primary channels for customer service activities. So they also face big challenges in recruiting and retaining high-quality call center reps in this highly competitive field. This call center has only 77% of customer satisfaction rate, which is lower than average level, about 80%, based on previous research by Gauziman and Momzidis in 2006. An increase in customer satisfaction through effective problem solving could result in a 3 to 6% increase in annual revenue, which would be significant for a company with $1 million of revenue. Now, I will turn it to Yifan. He will apply TK instrument to the case and to reduce these challenges.
This part will talk about the solutions to the challenges. Randy Wade, business technology chair at Rogue Community College in Grand Pass, Oregon. He focused on a team of 97 inbound call representatives, those handling calls received by the organization from customers who are primarily concerned with placing an order, billing inquiries, or new account applications. He used the Thomas Kilmann conflict model instrument to evaluate each IEP's preferred conflict handling style. The call center management gave Wade access to the customer perception and satisfaction, which is CPS rating for each IEP, which he used together with the TKI data to test whether a relationship exists between the participant's preferred conflict management style and his or her customer satisfaction performance rating. Wade found a strong association between higher customer satisfaction ratings and the two conflict styles of accommodating and collaborating. There are 3 benefits of training on effective conflict management, including how to choose the most effective conflict handling style using the TKI assessment. The first benefit is newly hired call center IEPs can have higher customer satisfaction rates. And the second benefit is lower turnover because IEPs feel more successful in their work and are thus more likely to stay in their jobs. The third benefit is great union cohesion through peer monitoring. Those IEPs show performance for the accommodating and the collaborating conflict management styles could coach other IEPs who have not fully mastered those conflict styles and may have lower CPS rating as a result.
This presentation has interpreted how communication and conflict resolution can be used in workplace. We have critically examined approaches include theory of cooperation and competition, human needs theory, and TKI conflict mode. Point out each contributions and limitations. Ultimately, we feel the TKI conflict mode is the most effective method, and utilize a practical case study to demonstrate. Thank you.